quick. Here we go. Gentlemen, how are you? Uh-oh. Can't hear you.
I'm hearing.
Hey, come on, doing all right.
Yep, you're good.
Sweet.
Apparently, I had to hit on mute.
There you go.
Yep.
So,
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Very good. Very good.
Awesome.
So, Matt, do you want to lead this one, or are you?
I
Matt
don't mind
passed out?
who leads this one. Obviously, I've been talking to Aaron for a little while now, trying to get him on. It would help if he didn't delete Messenger off his phone.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. How you doing, dude?
Good. It's been busy. Took my kids to go see Santa Claus after work today, and rolled right into this. So
Tis that time of year,
a
isn't
little
it?
bit of Christmas cheer for all to hear.
So this is your first time on. So for those, there's plenty of people in the comments that love you, like Glenn and Wanda. I think Wanda's probably the biggest Weekend Picnic fan that I know of.
Don't let Glenn hear that. Shout out Glenn, Wanda, Annie.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
For those who don't know who you are, introduce yourselves. Tell us what you do in the band, and give us a little insight to what Weekend Picnic's all about.
You want me to go first, Drew?
Absolutely, go for it.
All right. My name's Aaron. I'm the lead singer of Weekend Picnic. We started as a band kind of at the end of 2019. Kind of got going during COVID. Hit the studio in Minneapolis while everything was going on. Got first album done, tracked and recorded there. We are working on our second full-length album right now. We're just steady releasing singles. Driving out to South Dakota to record those, but we're just having a good time playing shows here and there. It's been shows have taken a little bit of a backseat this year while we work on this album, but we think it'll be worth it. And we're putting our best foot forward and writing and producing our best music. And I'm super proud of it, super pumped. I think we're taking it to our next level. Hopefully everyone feels the same way, but it's a passion project and we're really making the music that we want to make. So it's fun not necessarily given a blueprint. And, we're independent. So we write all our own music, just the band. We do everything ourselves. And then we take it to a producer out in South Dakota and re-record everything in a professional studio. And it's been awesome. It's been a huge fan of this current album cycle. And I feel like we've all four of us have grown a lot closer. And I think our musical maturity is showing. And still have the best yet to come, which I'm really excited for.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Well,
How
Matt,
am I supposed to follow
with
that?
us, we lost your video, Matt.
Matt appeared to have been falling asleep.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So I can say this over the little bit that I've been watching you guys, the growth from what I first heard you guys to where you're at now is leaps and bounds, sound wise and everything. And I had to go back at it, getting ready, and I was watching videos and things like that. And you not only can you hear it, but you can see it in the videos. Even in it seems like there's a lot more confidence in the band the further you've come along, as you're getting used to it and you're getting more comfortable and you're starting to find yourselves. You can see the comfort zone hit, and you guys are extremely confident with what you're doing now, and it's awesome to watch.
Thank you very much.
Thank
man.
you. Yeah, that means a lot.
Definitely. Is my camera back?
Nope.
No.
Right. I'll even come back.
Yeah. Hop out maybe, and then jump back in, and we'll see if that corrects it. But gentlemen, you said you're recording. Where at exactly?
Yeah, we record at All Poetic Audio. Our producer's name's Jeremy Schaefer. He's the lead vocalist of Earth Groans out in South Dakota and Scotland. Just a real small town with one bar, one gas station and one grocery store. It's sick.
Oh wow. So
Yeah, and we
like kind
stay
of
there. We stay there for usually 2-3 nights, and it's got a place for us to stay, and got a kitchen and a bathroom and beds and stuff. So it's pretty sick. Lots of Mario Kart. You know, it's a really comfortable setting. Like it's not like a super high pressure. Obviously, you have the pressure of wanting to do the best you can and get your best takes in. But Jeremy is very laid back. He's a really great guy to work with. If anyone's looking for a good producer, Jeremy Schaefer and All Poetic Audio, is absolutely sick. Does a really good job.
Hell
Very
yeah.
modern. So yeah, we've been very happy. It's a 6-hour drive, which isn't the best thing in the world. But one time we drove back. I drove back. The rest of the bandmates, Drew, Patrick, and Ben, they got comfortable seats the entire way. I was white knuckle driving with super high winds and snow. So I aged about 17 years. I came back. I had 3 new kids, and just kidding. But yeah, it was real stressful. But when we got the songs back, I was like, yeah, that drive was worth it. So.
hell yeah. So Kevin, do we have one of their videos? Did you say
We do. So the newest single, you guys don't have a video for that yet.
Nope.
So which I think Running Out of Time is the one we're doing for tonight. And I want to make sure I've got it in the right. I do. So as Jared would say, when it comes to Running Out of Time, you can either tell us everything or tell us nothing about the song in the video.
Yeah. I'll tell you everything. Do you have 82 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah. Fire away.
You know, Ben, our rhythm guitarist, he's also our instrumental composer. So I write the lyrics, and so I'll get the instrumental, and I'll listen to it and kind of take a step back and figure out, like, what's this song about? What can I write that'll, you know, show the meaning behind the song in words. And the first time I heard the opening riff, I was super hyped. But it's straight up about like the way that we're all losing it in the world to like our phones and technology, which I'm a huge slave to it too. But it's just kind of how we're all losing ourselves and our ability to communicate, to just being slaves to technology and our phones and scrolling. You know, our families are growing old next to us, and we're missing it because we're so focused on it. And I know it's hypocritical because I do it too, but I feel like it's something we all need to think about. So I put those lyrics into it. I hope that's conveyed well, but I also like to write in an open enough format and way that anyone can hear it and apply it to, you know, however they're feeling. Or I like to not keep it super locked in on one thing, but that's where my mind was at when I wrote it, and that's what I wrote it about.
Hell yeah, that sounds killer. Let's jump into it, and then when we come back, we'll talk some more about the recording process, if that's cool with you guys.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
do it.
So here it is. It is Weekend Picnics Running Out of Time. I'm hoping I'm clicking on the right video. All right, there you have it.
I love it.
Running Out of Time. Guys, that was really good, and the new single is great. What are you guys? So how are you wrapping up 2024 for the next 28 days, 26, 27 days?
So we have we've got some more songs to release. Things get really busy, you know, obviously. You know, we all have full-time careers on top of this too, and it's a big you know, balancing act all the time. And we're probably playing it cool for the rest of the year, unless like we get a really good opportunity for a good show. But for the most part, we're probably cool in it, and gonna keep preparing for new music, and, you know, set up some good shows for next year. And yeah, work on some new merch, and spend some time with our families, which is number one.
So if people are looking to get merch, where do they go?
Yeah, right on our website, weekendpicnicofficial.com. Right, Drew?
Yeah. There's a weekend
Or
picnic
weekend.
band. I don't know. It's one
Man,
of
I'm
those.
the worst.
All right, hold on. Y'all just keep talking.
We'll get it up.
I think it's
I've got a
Weekend
question
Picnic.
that I know Lisa would ask if she was here. Where does the name Weekend Picnic come from?
I have no idea. No, I'm just kidding. When I started in the band, it was already kind of established without a singer. And it was already there, the name. But it sounds like, from what I've been told, the rumors are an ex-guitarist came up with the name in a dream. Drew, is that right?
Yeah, it's a really weird story. We all thought he was crazy, but no one had any better ideas. And we spent our time before that, like going out to a bar and like thinking of every like stock band name you could and seeing if it was taken already or if it was usable. And we just kind of struck out for 3 hours. So we decided to just stick with it. And we thought it was a little different and maybe catchy and worth looking into for people. And 6 years later, here we are.
I like
Yeah,
the
that's
logo
something
that
you
was
forget,
at
I
the end of the
guess.
video.
Yeah, the logo's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go, Lisa. You got your answer.
What I wanted to ask more about the recording here. That last video that we played, when was that song released? Trying to get like a time frame here.
Oof. I want to say
Round
that was
The end of August.
August. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So not that long ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. We shot the music video in house. Ben, our rhythm guitarist, his girlfriend shot it. Great videographer, and we like doing stuff in house like that. We've used videographers in the past, and they've done great work. This time, it's definitely called to us to do it ourselves, and I think she did a really good job. I think people are surprised that we did it in house, and that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, I think if you can do stuff in house, sound wise is a little bit more difficult because you got to have that quality production. Like there is people that can do it in house, but you've got if you can't do it in house, you got to pay someone to go and do it. But a band of your stature, if you can keep as much not going out of your pocket, paying out for like videographers as such, because it's expensive, man.
Yeah,
it's very expensive. So if you can keep as much in house as possible, I think you're onto a winner.
Yeah, we've got that mindset. We like to be relatively thrifty, but also we take a lot of pride in doing stuff ourselves. Obviously, no shade at any band who uses ghostwriters or anything like that. Truly no shade in whatsoever. But we really like to do everything, for the most part, that ourselves, and make sure that we're as authentic as possible, I guess, is one way to put it.
Hell yeah. So when you said August was the last single, so right now y'all are in the studio. Did y'all go into the studio with completed songs or half, small parts of ideas? And we've talked to some other bands in the past about that, like how do they go into the studio? Is it completed material with obviously some tweaks to be made here or there, or do y'all go in with a few riff ideas, a chorus and a verse? Like what's y'all's process there?
So we do we record everything ourselves. We go into the studio with completed songs.
Okay.
And then Jeremy has he has a ridiculous ear for balancing, and his equipment is top notch. And Ben, we'll record our demos. He's got a home studio, and we do them start to finish, and then we bring him to a professional studio with Jeremy, re-record it. Jeremy will make small tweaks. He'll ask, hey, what do you think about this if we add this in? Some kind of flourish, some bells and whistles here and there. But huge props to him, because I think he really respects us wanting to be as genuine to our sound and making it how we want it to sound as possible. And he asks, he's like, hey, what about adding this? What do you think? And if we don't like it, we don't do it. And he's super cool about it. So that's one of the reasons it's been a great experience working with him, because it's, you know, he lets us play by our rules, and I love it.
Yeah,
that's what you
I
want.
think it was Kevin. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was Transient that we spoke with last about that, and those guys kind of go in nowadays with, and they live in like separate areas too. They go in with some general ideas and kind of flush it out in the studio, which I believe on the show I told him, like, just thinking about that kind of gives me anxiety, because all the songs that I've ever recorded, it was more like what you guys do. You know, it's some level of pre-production, for the most part, flushed out ideas, and maybe we add some harmonies or, you know, vocals stuff, but, you know, for the most part, the song is done. So it's cool to, you know, see this. There's still some people out there doing it that way, I guess.
So, and my question is, and Jared knows this, and so does Matt and Lisa and all that. I'm not a musician. I'm a fan of music, and I have a face for radio.
Same.
So when you're in there and you're kind of starting to talk and put this stuff together, does it ever happen when everybody's just sitting there going, fuck, we don't know where to go from here?
Like, not at all.
I'm just curious. I mean, with that
No,
many minds,
that's a valid
that many
question.
minds, I'm sure somebody's able to put something out there. But has there ever been that moment where you're like, fuck, we're all stuck?
Not with Jeremy. It's been just a really awesome experience, and I think like having finished songs that sound good to us and that we're proud of does a lot for our own peace of mind too. Because when we're out there, like, we're spending every single second of those days tracking and finishing these things, and it's always a pinch to kind of get 2 or 3 songs done in a long weekend.
Yeah.
So
and I think it may pay, like, in a sense, to, you know, you're going in there with finished songs, so you already know what it's going to be. You're not sat in there,
yeah,
you know,
and he just makes it better
while you're recording, sort of thing. So you're not going up, what's the next riff, what's the next, you know, whatever. So
yeah, he just elevates it to that next level.
Yeah, and we kind of get that process of it taken care of before we go out there. So excuse me, some songs that we have done, I mean, it's 2 years that we've worked on them, and we've got some that have been finished for a year before we bring it to Jeremy and we go out to the studio. So we kind of all get together, you know, we get together once a week and rehearse and talk business and whatnot. And we just get on the same page. It's not always a, you know, right away thing, but, you know, we're 4 grown ass men, you know, and we all have relatively the same mindset about this. So we're all very agreeable with each other. And if someone has an idea that not everyone's for, you know, we'll figure it out, take it to a vote, or just, you know, talk it out. But yeah, that it's not always like a right away thing. But by the time we get out there, we want it to be fleshed out as much as it can be. You know, we want it all finished in our demo before we take it out there and redo it.
I think Kevin, I don't know if did you mean specifically in the studio for those guys, or did you just mean during the writing process?
Well, I mean, mostly in the writing process.
Yeah, because that's that's the way I took the question, and I'm thinking, yeah, there's tons of times when that happens, writing a song. Sometimes they come out all at once, like a missile or something, just bang, 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 bang. But then there's other times it's like you got this part, and maybe you got this A and a B, you know, like we like to call it sometimes, or like a verse and a chorus. And it's like, where do we go from here? And you have to bang your head against the wall for days, weeks, months, whatever, and then, you know, finally get that missing piece, and it's like ties it all together. You know, that's kind of the cool part about writing to me, was trying to figure out that puzzle, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Santa took it out of me, so I probably misunderstood. Sounds like I did.
I want to touch on quickly. Now, you've been sending me your songs all year, right? And we've been chatting, and you've changed your sound a little bit. And each song that you've put out, I think it's the past 4 or 5 singles, I could be wrong, but you've changed your sound a little bit. Now, what was the idea of, because beforehand, I can't even remember what song it was. It wasn't Follow Me. It was the one before that you sent me originally. It had that symphonic, like rock metal to it. And I was like, bro, was not expecting that. Because I always put you beforehand, and I mean this with the greatest respect, it was generic because it was just, you know, rock.
Sure.
What was the inspiration in putting something out that had that symphonic metal rock in it and changing your sound and elevating your sound to this level of what you're at now?
I think, you know, there's just so many bands, you know, and so much music out there. You know, we could certainly be classified as like radio rock and stuff. And I'm sure, you know, plenty of people think, you know, we're one thing and we think we're something else. This is just the way it goes. But this album, we wanted it to be really diverse, kind of, you know, let you listen when the album comes out, you'll definitely know what I mean, but you can tell it's the same band, but we're like reaching different subgenres in rock with different songs. And I think that was, I guess, a testament to our growth. I mean, I love like our first album for sure. But I think this one so far is considerably more put together, more shiny, I guess. Just kind of taking the diversity and, you know, the many subgenres in rock and kind of just dipping our toes in everything for this cycle here.
That last song that we just played, that the chorus was very big on that song, especially vocally. So yeah, that was cool to hear. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely like the growth, and I definitely like what I'm hearing in the singles that have been released thus far coming up. I can't wait to listen to the album because I can hear lots of different. There's a lot of bands, and I'll use my friends in Raptors for instance.
Still there?
What happened
I'm
here?
still here. I just wondered what was on the screen. I was
Yeah.
spamming my head out, Kevin.
I
I,
don't know
was
what
like, well,
happened there.
yeah, I'll use my friends in Raptors for instance, right? Their album that they put out, Living Without Death's Permissions, is about as bipolar as you can get from an album. They've said that they will not stick to any specific subgenre because they want to write what they want to write. If they want to write a pop punk track, they'll write it. If they want to write a metalcore track, they'll do it. And that's what I'm hearing from you now is the influence from the different genres of rock and metal coming into your music now, and you working with it and flowing with it. And like, you know, I said about the symphonic metal rock that you brought into it. I was really not expecting that from you. It just blew me away. I was like, well, premiere it, you know, and I think that's a good thing to do because you can, with doing that, you're not conforming to one subgenre. You can experiment. You can, you know, like Raptors, for instance, they got a song that's got a 1920 swing vibe on it.
Sick.
Like, and if you want to do something like that, you can. And I think it's great when bands do that. And I'm loving what I'm hearing so far.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Kind of, you know, obviously we want to make music that people want to hear, and we want it to be, I guess, marketable. Maybe not necessarily marketable is the best term, but we make music that we want to hear, and we make music that we like. And again, I think that just shows that we want to be genuinely us. And you know, there's people who don't like our music, and that's fine. I don't care. I don't take it personally because I don't like every band. You know, I love certain bands and I don't like all their songs either. And
No,
so it's not a goal. It's not necessarily a goal for us to have everybody love us. As long as we like our music, that's a win in my book, and I'll sleep like a baby at night.
right.
There you
I'll
go.
give you a quote from Randy Blythe of Lamb and God. He said in an interview, I'll write what the fuck I want to write, what
Yep.
I want to listen to, what I love. If people don't like it, I don't give a fuck.
And that's it. That's
Right.
it.
And
there you
I
go.
find as well, if you're writing from the heart and the soul, people will resonate with it. They will love it because it's coming from somewhere special. You're not just writing something, oh, let's just write a radio hit and get it onto radio and do whatever. Like you're writing meaningful shit.
Amen.
I agree with that, Matt, for sure. For sure. What can we expect from the new tracks once they come out? When can we expect, and what can we expect?
So we just dropped a new song on Black Friday, November 29th. It's pretty emo. It's a sad song, but it bounces between ballad and heavy and ballad and heavy and ballad and heavy. And had some darkness that went into that song for sure, but I think it resonates with people who got stuff they're struggling with, whether it be the loss of a loved one or, you could read it anyway. It's called Paper to a Flame. And that is a special song for me. I was really happy to have released that when we did. And we got more, and we got heavier ones coming out. Our heaviest song to date has not been released yet. And some more ballads, baby.
I'm excited for the heavy.
Yeah. My favorite song we've ever done has not come out yet.
Okay.
We're just waiting for the final copy, waiting for the final mix and master.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. When do you think early next year?
I'd say probably more like summer.
Okay.
But who knows? I mean, we're also really itching to get music out. It's such a game with the releases and like trying to get on editorial playlists. Like we were on Spotify's new metal tracks with Before Your Time from our first album, and that was sick. That kind of put us on a map. I'm not saying the map, but it put us on a map. So, a lot of people who have never heard of us got to hear us there, and we made a lot of new fans that way. But it's such a game. I don't like the game. I really don't. I got kids, and I just want to sing, and I want to play music, and I want to write music that I like. The whole game side of it, a little disappointing in the politics and whatnot of it, but it's life.
The trouble
That's
is,
that's why they call it the music business, right?
Yeah.
right. And the trouble is in like you say, the game, you as an artist, the band members have to wear so many hats nowadays: the social media hat, the content creating hat, the writing hat, the producing, the videography, the promo pics, everything that you do, you all got, and it's a long long process, and it's expensive. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize how much it costs to put an album out.
Yeah, that it's certainly something like your average listener doesn't really know, nor should they have to. I mean, I already griped enough. I already griped enough about the music industry and the game, but
so I've got a question from the comments. They're wondering what bands Weekend Picnic would dream of touring with.
I'll go. Drew, do you want to go first?
I want to see what you say, and then I'll piggyback off that. I think we're going to share a lot of the same ones.
Smash Mouth, Creek now. I would say for sure, Beartooth right now.
Nice.
I'm huge on Beartooth right now. Sleep Theory, really big on them. Number one, I'd say probably Breaking Benjamin, which I feel like a lot of people probably have that answer, but
Kevin would.
Creed. Just Creed in general.
Talking Kevin territory.
Yeah, you and I should probably talk privately.
Hey, Kevin, anytime, man. Anyone who likes Creed, cool with me. Creed is unironically one of the best bands of all time. Fight me in the comments if you want.
Do you want to know something? The first album that I ever owned on CD at the age of 14, 15 was Human Clay.
Oh,
yeah.
That was the first album I ever owned on CD.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's killer. That's some killer bands. What about you, Drew?
I'd mimic a lot of those. I would just honestly be grateful for any opportunity to kind of put ourselves out there. And I think our kind of ability to be diverse musically maybe could be a good thing and kind of help, but also might make it a little difficult you know, seeing or trying to put us on bills with acts that are kind of similar. But yeah, Breaking Ben for sure is a big one for me. That was like kind of my childhood band. I mean, I grew up on Linkin Park too. That'd be just such a cool dream of a show, at least for me.
Yeah.
But just anyone who's kind of doing it right now, like Archers are great. They're decently local, kind of digging those guys. Like Sleep Token would be a dream, obviously, but I'm just kind of in the wishful thinking points at this place. But
well, if you ever get to play with Sleep Token, you know you're playing a sold out show.
Yeah.
Right?
for sure, yeah,
If I could I also add Papa Roach and 3 Days
that'd be a
Grace?
good one. Yeah.
You can add whoever you
Yeah,
want.
we
bro.
all need. We just need to talk. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I
even say, like,
uninstalled
Limp
Messenger,
Bizkit,
but we'll
man. Like,
figure it
let's
out.
go.
Yeah, those are all good bands for sure.
Yeah, it'd be great fit.
I think there was another question in the comments before we wrap things up about would y'all ever put out another? Hold on, when you get a few more songs out, are we going to do another CD or a vinyl? That was from Wanda. To you guys.
We're definitely going to do a CD. Definitely want to explore vinyls because, man, those are hot right now. And it just sounds so much cooler on a vinyl. And seeing it is so cool. And they're super trendy right now. Have looked at, like, not mass production. We're not that. But, like, get a good number of them printed out, like 100 or whatever. It's probably a little outside of what we'd be looking to spend, but
You
I
could do some
think-
pre-sales, maybe.
yeah, we're actually, so for our first album, we did an Indiegogo campaign, and we pretty much paid for the album, and it was super cool. We got people a bunch of exclusive stuff that we still see on shirts, or people wearing at our shows and other rock band shows, which has been awesome. Seeing other people wearing our shirts at, like, who was it that came to? It was Beartooth came to the XL, and we're from Minneapolis. Should probably mention that. But yeah, looking to put out some exclusive stuff. We'll probably be doing an Indiegogo campaign again for this next record. And with that, it affords us the opportunity to get some really cool stuff like vinyl. That certainly on Saturday, we're going to have our rehearsal and business meeting, and certainly will be close to the top of the topics for us then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you definitely got to have vinyl, because I'm going to show you something now. And there's idiots like me, when you love an album and you buy it on vinyl, you buy the same album over and over and over again and spend hundreds of dollars on one album that you don't need.
Yeah, it's definitely funny how vinyl took, kind of.
Yeah, vinyl's definitely coming back.
Yeah, well, it's I think it's cool because if you look at it from the perspective of, like, what the music industry has become, it's like people, it's another way to bring in, actual money for the actual songs versus streaming where you get nothing.
Yeah.
I know there's some audiophiles out there who like the sound quality of a vinyl record better than a compressed, Bluetooth played streaming MP3. But I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the vast majority that's buying the albums. I think it's the hardcore fans like Matt's talking about that wants that it's like a souvenir, right? It's like something they can have, they can hang on their wall, they can show people the artwork, the whole nine. For music junkies that are into the bands and want to support. It's like for me, when I go to a show and they don't have physical tickets anymore, it pisses me off, man. The digital is more convenient, and I get that, and that's fine. But if there was a way at the door that you could sell me a ticket, even if a band did this, here's a freebie: sell a fake ticket to each show that you print out or something. I'd fucking buy it for sure.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Now that would be kind of hard, maybe hard to do, but your tour list, print them out, before you go, and just a few. I know I would buy it for sure.
Set list.
Good idea.
Like I say, for people like touring bands that are on the road, there's certain things that you have to have on your merch table because the fans eat that shit up.
Right.
One of them is signed drum heads, man. You can pick those up. I love this drum head. This is from the Almas when I went on tour with them. But
taking notes, I like it.
People eat that shit up, and you can make money on it. What are you going to do with a drum head when it's done? Throw it away?
Yeah.
I got a big pile sitting somewhere. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a collection of those, don't we, Drew?
Set lists. Sign
Yeah.
them. Stick them on the merch table for
Dude, that's-
$10.
We just hand those out.
That's,
We're just
you know,
happy that
that-
people want to see it.
that's literally what I've started doing at shows. So I've got a Fozzy one, a Breaking Benjamin one, and a
loads of
Stained.
stuff.
They take the set list, they sign them, sell them for $10
I'll
or
get that down.
$20, whatever it is. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that was probably the fucking coolest idea I've ever seen a band do, was the set list.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants a fucking set list.
I
What did
can't-
they
I can't
play
get it down.
when
but
I went and saw them?
sign prints.
There it is.
Hell yeah.
Signed prints. People eat that shit up.
That's another thing we got to do. You know, we've had plenty of photo shoots, like getting those printed out on some nice glass, signing them. But yeah, like set lists, we're just like pumped when someone's like, "Can I have a set list?" Like
Yeah.
that kind of makes my heart grow 10 sizes.
Another
And-
thing, when I'm looking at merch and I'm looking at shirts to buy, now granted, you got to have some decent amount to make it work, but I will always buy a shirt that's got the city that I just fucking saw them in.
Yeah.
Ours will always say Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's weird, Kevin, just little shit like that, because, you know, it's like, you know, people collect baseball cards or, you know, whatever the thing that you're into, people collect. And if you're a music fan, a music junkie, as I like to call them, like stuff like that it means a lot. Because
Yeah.
I know, like what you're talking about with the dates on it, then I can look back and say, I know exactly what I was doing, you know, December the 4th, 2024. I was right there at that show that night. You know, it's killer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do it all the
Great
time,
idea.
man. Because I've got all this behind me. I've also got a load that needs to go up on the wall in the corner over there, but I haven't got room for it. But I'll sit on my sofa over there and be watching TV, and I'll just look at my wall and I'll just think, that was a quality night, you know?
Yeah. Yep, for sure. Well, gentlemen, where do we need to send the traffic? Where do we need to send the people? There's been a lot of people in the comments tonight that have already heard of you guys, that are already fans. So kudos to you for that. But if somebody's
you,
catching you
everybody.
for the first time tonight, where are you most active online?
We're relatively active on TikTok. We had to sign our souls to TikTok, unfortunately, but it's part of it.
I don't
we're,
envy you.
at Weekend Picnic Band, TikTok. We're Weekend Picnic, 2 words, on Facebook. We are Weekend Picnic Official on Instagram. We're everywhere. I mean, we're on Spotify, Weekend Picnic. We're on X, Weekend Picnic. YouTube, Weekend Picnic. You search Weekend Picnic, you might find some weird stuff. I'm not sure if we come up first yet, but just search Weekend Picnic, Running Out of Time, or Paper to a Flame, any of our songs, and we'll pop up. But yeah, we're relatively active on everything. Social media, some of the sites are kind of floundering and going away, but like Threads, anybody use that?
Nope.
No.
But yeah, we're on there too. But yeah, pretty much anywhere you just search Weekend Picnic, you'll find us.
Killer. Well, cool. We appreciate y'all stopping by with us tonight and chatting with us. The song was killer. Looking forward to hearing more of your stuff.
I want to thank all you guys for having us on. It's awesome. Matt, thanks for, I'm glad this could finally happen.
Yeah,
It's
man.
been a year in the making. And I want to thank everybody in the comments supporting. It's super cool. I got my phone next to my computer and I'm seeing all these comments come in. It does me some good. I really appreciate all you guys.
Right. And you know where to send the new shit. So
Yes,
Yep.
sir. All, every song, man, you'll be here.
We love to premiere stuff too. So whatever you got, we're here.
I really appreciate that. Seriously.
All right,
Appreciate it,
gentlemen.
guys.